Yeah. All right. My name's Simpson, and I'm the fish head in the crew. Do I have some fellow fans in the audience? All right, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Phish is a jam band from Burlington, Vermont. They sell CDs, however, they're mostly a live touring band, and they have a huge fan base that follows them from show to show, kind of like the Grateful Dead. They've been a band since 1983. They've played 1,374 concerts, of which I've been to 55, and they played approximately 772 different songs at those shows. The Phish-Jewish connection is something that I've always thought about. There's some obvious things, like 2 of the 4 members of the band are Jewish. We have Mike Gordon, who's the bass player. He has a very strong Jewish identity, which he gained going to Solomon Schechter Day School and growing up in a conservative, observant home. He openly talks about the Phish-Jewish connection in interviews, and he's often compared his movements on stage to davening, and stated the music he plays serves a type of religious release. John Fishman, he's the crazy clown in the group. He often wears a dress with donuts or bagels on it, and that's actually a picture of me with him on Jam Cruise. He's also known for playing the vacuum. The other cool thing is Phish plays songs in Hebrew. They play Avinu Malkeinu, the prayer that you hear at the high holidays. That's actually a picture of some folks, notably members of the tribe, who wanted to hear that song at the Broomfield shows that just happened. The other song they play in Hebrew is Yerushalayim Shel Zahav, Jerusalem of Gold, which they actually recorded live on their Hoist CD. And one of my favorite stories is that Mike Gordon, it was really special. They played this live for the first time in 1993, and his nanny was in the crowd, and that's why he played it for her. So estimates say that 30% of fans at Phish shows are Jewish, and I believe it. And so I wanted to know, why is that so? Why do Jews love Phish so much? So I have some theories. The first is that Jews love to tour. There's something that goes back to the biblical times, like when when Moses was wandering in the desert, in the diaspora, when he traveled to all points of the earth, going from city to city on tour. It kind of brings us back to our DNA of being wandering Jews. The other thing is we love the community. Come on, when you see another Phish fan, it's like a camaraderie amongst yourself. Just like when Jews see another member of the tribe, you feel this special kinship. You know that you share the same common experience, culture, community. The next theory is that Jews are analytical. And they love, just like in the Torah, sorry, I'm losing it here. Jews are analytical nature, and just like in the Torah, you study the Talmud, you dissect it, fans write down all the songs in the set on those little papers. My favorite theory is the spiritual nature of Judaism. I don't want to upset the rabbis in the crowd, but some might even say that you could have a religious experience when you're at a Phish show. I don't know if it's the drugs or what, but just like when you need a minion to be able to recite certain prayers, the experience of being at a shows with others around you, sharing the experience, singing to the music and dancing to the groove, just magnifies the experience, and it's really something spiritual and amazing. Another interesting thing I learned while putting this all together is that there's actually this Orthodox rabbi from Israel who went on Phish tour, and he called himself Gefilte Fish, and he did outreach to Jews, and he put together this thing called Shabbat Tent, where Jews could come together and celebrate Shabbat on the days of the show, and that was actually pictures from one of the festivals that Phish played. So my journey, these are some of my ticket stubs. I actually began seeing Phish in 1996 during my first semester of college. And in my adult life, there's been 2 things that sort of define me in my essence. Music and being Jewish, and my love for Israel, because I have Israeli parents. And Phish was definitely my first musical love. So I knew when I was looking for my true love and partner, they had to possess 2 qualities. They had to be Jewish, and they had to be a Phish fan. So that's a picture of me and my husband at our first Phish show. Together in 2009, we actually had seen almost collectively 100 shows before that, but never together in some of the same shows. And now he's my show partner and partner in crime and life. So Phish came along at a time in my life when I was finding myself, and the fact that there's a Jewish connection involved made it that much more a special part of my journey. I remember desperately waiting to hear Avinu Malkeinu for my first time. They don't play it that often, once or twice a tour. They played it one year when I happened to be in Israel at a place near where I grew up, and I guess it was maybe, symbolic, but I finally heard it the next time they played it. It was my 38th show, and I finally got my Avinu Malkeinu. But Mike Gordon says, when the band plays Avinu Malkeinu, he always looks up and sees the Jews in the audience smiling, and I know he's talking about me.
Yes! It's a sing-along part, guys.
Wait, is it playing? Uh-oh. Okay, sorry.
Akinum, okay.